Hey everyone, are you ready to see a lot of Talaxians bite it?
Are you familiar with Voyager's emergency medical hologram? He's quite unique, even for an old EMH Mark I. Now he holds rank in Starfleet in his own right. We've received a message that the Doctor requires assistance to deal with a medical situation on an Ocampa freighter in the Shenda system. He's currently en route in one of Voyager's shuttles. Normally I'd send a medical vessel, but we've seen a spike in Vaadwaur attacks, and I want to make sure he has all the resources he'll need. Could you go to the Shenda system and assist the Doctor?
Well, Glinde's character sheet does include expanded medical facilities, so absolutely. And here we are. In the books, you know, the ones that David Mack stabbed in the back with a shiv, and all the authors who wrote them for 20 years, it's actually common practice. Okay, we're good. It's actually common practice for ships in the full circle fleet. You know that really good idea that the Novelverse books had that got completely erased because David Mack is an asshole? I'm never gonna let this go! But one of those was the SOP for using quantum slipstream that was put into practice by the Full Circle Fleet, the Federation Starfleet that began, that was basically top to bottom made of custom-built quantum slipstream starships. Basically, the idea was, in the 2380s in the books, the Federation was phasing warp drive out. As their ships would still have the ability to go to warp, but as the primary means of traversal, Starfleet was focusing more and more on quantum slipstream. And so, all of the ships that Starfleet was designing from that point forward were going to be slipstream capable, and that it doesn't really make sense in Star Trek Online that ships like a Galaxy or an Odyssey or a D'Deridex, for example, are capable of moving at slipstream, because the larger the slipstream corridor, the more unstable it becomes. They were barely able to keep a slipstream corridor stable enough for Voyager to traverse, and even that one destabilized after a few minutes. The ships needed to be narrow. One of the recurring character traits of the Aventine and the Vesta class in general in the books was that compared to Starfleet vessels of similar tonnage, the Vesta was actually quite Spartan in her... Internally, she was a lot closer to, say, the Defiant than the Enterprise and than the Sovereign in the Luna class, or even the Intrepid for that matter, because she is a narrower profile, and she was purpose-built for slipstream, so they had to cram all the facilities in a long-range, long-haul explorer. They had to cram all the facilities of a long-range, long-haul explorer into a comparatively small space frame, which meant that you had to reduce the amount of space for facilities like recreational areas, and you had to reduce the space taken by crew quarters. And so the Aventine was actually a prestigious post, but it was also nowhere near as it was quite lacking in the Department of Creature Comfort, essentially. Which is relative for Starfleet, because in general, even on an Akira-class starship, you know the torpedo pod in an Akira-class starship? Like, even in the deck schematics for that thing, there is a lounge with a replicator. In general, on a Federation starship, you're never more than 50 meters away from your next continental breakfast. So when I say it's more Spartan than is normal for Federation starships, remember that that's relative. But still, the characteristic design of a slipstream ship, of a slipstream-capable ship in the books was, and I prefer the books, because they were the better canon, far better written than all the shows coming out, there's this video's reference to me hating new Star Trek. I want it, but I don't want it. Like, I can take the combat-trained tardigrade, but I'm not going to. I'm not doing it. Let's see, Targ of Grethor. Was he rescued from Grethor or bred from ancient Dominion techniques? Regardless of his origins, this fierce beast is prepared to serve you in combat by tossing fiery projectiles at multiple foes. He specializes in ranged combat. Well, unlock it for the whole account. Okay. At multiple foes. He specializes in ranged combat. You know what? I'm more comfortable. Yes. I would rather summon a Helltarg than a goddamn tardigrade. Even if the tardigrade is hilarious, and it is. I have tried it on other characters. It's funny, but no. Begin all that glitters. We've arrived in the Shenda system. The distress signal is coming from the transport dead ahead, but we've received no response to our hails. I'll keep trying, but perhaps our guest knows more. The emergency medical hologram known as the Doctor is in a nearby shuttle awaiting our hail. Take us to the Doctor's shuttle. Ugh. You sent him here in a shuttle? In a Type 8 shuttle? He couldn't have sprung for a speedboat for him?
Pleased to meet you. I scanned your service record before your arrival. You've been in quite a few battles, haven't you? Ever stop to think about the strain you're putting on your medical crew before you charge into combat? Of course you don't. No captain ever does.
Nice to meet you, too.
We've been hailing this Ocampan freighter for some time, but we're not getting a response, and our sensors cannot penetrate their shields. Their initial distress signals indicated that they were suffering from Paranesti measles. I can treat it easily, if I can get onto the ship. Now that your ship is here, it should be trivial to board the vessel and assess the situation. Transport me aboard your vessel, and then my shuttle can return to Voyager.
Prepare for transport.
Excellent. Your ship has more powerful sensors than my shuttle.
I am Gaul, leader of the Vaadwaur Supremacy. I apologize for the overzealousness of my soldiers. This This action was not authorized.
Oh, it's okay. My runabouts are content to kill you anyways. I'm Captain Person of the Woglinde.
I'm pleased to finally meet you. It appears your presence here in the Delta Quadrant has inadvertently caused some conflict between us. I would rather avoid any more unpleasantness. Would you be willing to meet with me face to face?
Yes, but I found such talks are best on neutral grounds.
That is understandable. You have a location in mind? There are not many areas of the Delta Quadrant where my people are not reviled.
I might know a place. I'll be back with you in a moment.
Oh, what a wonderful surprise! Is there anything I can do for you?
Hello. We need a neutral place for a diplomatic negotiation with the Vaudouar, and I was wondering if you could help.
Diplomatic negotiations? I am Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. I would be more than happy to offer my services as mediator. As for the location, Dexa and most of our people are on New Talax now, but we still have the asteroid base in the Intaba system. It's mostly empty now, just a few cleanup crews, and the Kazon have been leaving it alone. It would be perfect.
Thank you. Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
Well, did you find a suitable location for our meeting?
There's an asteroid base in the Intaba system that the Talaxians have been using.
Talaxians? Are there still Talaxian communities? How odd. The site is agreeable. Send my ship the coordinates and I will meet you there.
Coordinates set. We'll talk there.
I'm contacting the closest medical ship. They can investigate this further while we meet with Gaul.
Excellent idea, Doctor. We can set course for the Intaba system as soon as they're ready, sir. They have also redone the Olympic class, the medical ship. I don't think that's in the game yet, at least not on console. I think it's already out on PC. Yes, I'm ready. Sir, we've arrived in the Intaba system. Gull's ship is already here, and he is transported down to the base. Alright.
Imagine using a medical emergency as a trap. The Vaudouar have no shame. I don't trust Gaul. He betrayed us on Vaudouar Prime. He'll do it again.
Probably. Definitely. Come on.
It's good to see you again so soon. If I might make a suggestion, I would recommend only bringing 2 crew members with your away team. Gaul brought 4 aides. You'll have the doctor and myself, and bringing more of your crew down might look like you're trying to get an advantage on him. Gaul seems very touchy. Proper protocol will be important. Are you ready to beam down?
Yep. Gonna bring Locke, because Locke has got the heals. So it's 3 of the oldest Woglinde characters, at least. Locke was the first one, actually, because I picked the Bolian engineer on the Kittimer.
It's so good to see... Doctor, it's been 30 years! You haven't aged a day!
Yes. It's good to see you too, Neelix.
We have a bit of time before we'll begin. We're giving the Vaudouar a fine Talaxian feast to help ease the tension. Doctor, you must tell me all you've been up to.
Oh, Neelix, I couldn't. Not with the Vaudouar here. But I suppose it is important that you hear about my many achievements since our last meeting. And my brilliant research was able to prove, conclusively, Thus I began my grand adventure into the challenge of writing Klingon opera.
Well, Brax and I agreed to never mention the incident again. Well, at least not to Dexa.
Neelix, the Vardwar have finished the appetizers and are waiting for you.
Oh, well, we had better get going. We can talk more later.
I think the door's supposed to be open. I do like that little bit of character. Like, everybody else is like, oh my god. You know, I think I am going to go with the shotgun. You know what? Stand by. Alright. So, a little bit of dilithium trading later. Let's do it. I don't need that flare. I need to have them both equipped in order for this to work. Okay. Let's get stupid. Full staff rifle. It does hit harder. It should, but the melee was kind of, 174.6 plasma damage. Supposedly, allegedly, it does more damage, but in practice, it didn't seem to. So we're going to stick with the regular nanopulse for now. Let me guess. Let's summon that Targ of Grethor. Yep. Yep, this all makes sense.
Do you remember Chef Jolax from the last time you were here? He's the one that has been serving the Vaudoir their fabulous appetizers. Full bellies make for good conversation, I always say. He told me that Gaul is a little grumpy, but I'm sure you can handle him. Gaul is in the command room now, waiting for us. Jolax should be back soon to take everyone's orders for the main course.
All right, let's go speak with Gaul. Yeah, hello. Could you not do that, Neelix?
Ah, at last. I must say your Talaxian friends are quite hospitable. But down to business. Our meeting is long overdue.
Indeed. It's time to settle our differences.
As do I. My people are damaged, in crisis. We are already at war with the Cabali, and with you, giving your alliances support for them.
Then let's try to find an accord that benefits us both.
Do you know why we fight the Cabali? Their world was once a Vaudoir colony, one of our largest. And there is still a large cache of stasis tubes on the planet. Those are my brothers and sisters being held hostage. The Cabali are stealing them, taking their very identities and transforming them.
All right, let's stop for a second, because I am not covering this in this go. But here's basically what's going on. He's not lying. The Cabali found a bunker full of Vaudoir in stasis. And rather than wake them up, what they're doing is waiting for... Like, the Vaudoir have been in stasis for, like, 9,000 years. Like, they've been in stasis forever, essentially. And these stasis chambers are ancient, and they are failing. And rather than save the Vaudoir's life, what the Cabali are doing, which is fucking reprehensible... And the entire player base reacted violently when they found out about this. What the Cabali are doing is that they are sitting by and waiting for the stasis chambers to fail so that the Vaudoir inside basically suffocates to death. Dies a terrible death, and then infecting them with a virus, which is how they reproduce, that mutates them into another Cabali. The Cabali are basically zombies. That's horrifying. That's monstrous. That's flat out fucking evil. So what Gaul wants oh yeah, and by the way, about taking their identities, the virus alters your mind. It doesn't just mutate you, it alters your mind. Because I think the Cabali have like quad lobe brain. They have 4 lobe brains. So it alters the brain chemistry and actually encodes new social behavior. It literally changes your mind, essentially. And makes you think that what's happening to you is a good thing. This is all done without your consent. You're dead. They just take your body and they revive you. And you, at the very beginning, when you revive, you're still you, because the virus hasn't mutated you yet. That's a slow, gradual process where you are basically, treated like a hostage. As your body, like you are you're basically gaslit and brainwashed. Until your body has fully mutated into a Cabali and the change is complete. And all this time, every trace of who you are is being overwritten by new Cabali social behaviors. Until it reaches a point where you're fully comfortable with this, and you think it's a good thing, and you're ready to do it to other people. So, this is monstrous and evil and wrong and awful and horrible and horrifying. And just about everybody in the player base was siding with the Vaadwaur, the bad guys of this arc, over the Cabali, which, if I'm going to be completely honest, is a colossal failure in storytelling. When your villain is more sympathetic than than your protagonists are. Like, why are we fucking like? I think it was Inveculus who, when he was running through the Delta Quadrant, loudly shouted, "Why the fuck are we helping these people?" Good question. So that's what he's angry about. That's not the only reason he's angry. Gaul, the Doctor is also right, as you'll see in a moment, about Gaul's character. But Gaul is absolutely correct in that what the Cabali are doing is monstrous. They have no right to be doing this. They are basically murdering all the Vaadwaur in there. And if you try to disagree with them anyway, they'll claim it's their culture and you have no right to, like, disagree with them. Basically. Because they're all high on their own glue, essentially. So in this, he is correct.
So you have seen my people. If they could speak, they would beg for release. This is a just war. I am trying to reunite families. How can that be wrong?
You want to reunite Vaadwaur families by destroying Cabali families. All those Cabali families are victims. Okay? All of them. All of them. Every single Cabali you see is somebody who was revived without their consent, mutated against their will, gaslit, and brainwashed. So I am Gaul is in the wrong, because he's like, he's not just attacking the Cabali, and he's not just trying to get his people freed. If it was limited to just that, we could work this out. But Gaul is attacking the Teray, he's attacking the Voth, he's attacking everybody. He's attacking the hierarchy. This is not just about the Vaadwaur who are trapped there. So I don't buy this from him for a minute.
There can be no peace. Not after what they've done. Are you suggesting we are weak? That we should just lay down and die for them? No, we will not.
No, but destroying the Cabali isn't right either. There are greater threats in the galaxy we must face.
Do not try to pacify me. We will have our retribution. You have my offer. Abandon your alliance with the Kobali and support us, and we will be your strongest ally in the quadrant.
I'm not here to start a war with the Kobali.
Peace. You know nothing of what it means to be Vadwar. You need to understand.
Understand what?
The Vadwar have endured too much to make peace. Do you expect us to forget the destruction of our cities? The massacres of our people?
The food's almost ready. What would you all like for your main course?
You need to understand even the smallest fraction of our anger.
Duck.
He's dead. I'm sorry.
Does that make you angry, Talaxian?
No, it makes me sad. For Jolex. And for you.
Then we are not done.
Is that Kane? Is Gaul voiced by Kane?
Do you so enjoy death?
I've been trying to figure out who he reminds me of this entire time. Is he voiced by Kane? Admiral, the entire Vadwar fleet is opening fire on the remaining Talaxian ships. We've sent out distress signals to every ship in range. We'll do what we can to protect the Talaxians, but we can't hold out against this many ships. What happened? Okay, here's the situation. Do you think Gaul had any intention of negotiating in good faith? Nope. Was this all an act? Yep. We're giving the Talaxians all the time we can to escape, but it's not looking good up here. Some of the Vadwar have already broken off to pursue them. Your orders? I need a tactical strike team at my location immediately. We'd have to drop shields to transport or launch a shuttle. If we do that, I'll lose the ship. We'll try to find some way to get help to you, but until things are under control up here, anything we do is going to be risky. I need a scan of the base. How many Talaxians are still alive? Scans show 2 large groups of Talaxians in a storage room and the logistics area, sir. They have the doors blocked, but there are Vadwar trying to get into both. Doesn't look good, Captain. I'm afraid you only have time to rescue one group. Good luck. Do your best to save the Talaxians, no matter what. Starfleet will not let more innocents die today, except for all the innocents I am about to choose to let die.
Time only to save one group? I do not envy your choice. I would go with you, but I cannot leave Neelix alone. Time is of the essence. I'm afraid you'll have to go on without us.
Very well, make sure you to get Neelix.
No, I'm going. I can't sit by and let the Vadwar kill my friends. I won't be a burden. I promise. I have to do this.
Stay close to me, Neelix, and I'll ensure your safety. Get him, boy! God damn!
How do we choose who to save?
1 minute. Is that affected by my tactical initiative? It is not. Okay, so if you have them both, you can stagger them. Okay. We're gonna go for this one. So you summon one, and then you got a 30-second cooldown before you can summon the second one. And both times... Is he still following me? He's still here! Hey, boy! Oh, you stick around for a while. I wanna... There we go. Stay here.
The people in the storage room?
They dead! He's still here! My Helltarg! Heal the Helltarg! That's a good boy. Is Locke here? I swear I brought Locke with me. No, just Lima? I could swear I brought Locke with... Locke is here! Hey, Locke, where the hell are you? Locke? Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, no! The Dom bug got to him! Shit! Locke, talk to me, buddy! Oh, man. Alright. Well... I don't know how that happened, but... That's okay, man. We'll get you out of here. Highly doubt it.
Doctor, you have to save them. These are my friends.
Yeah. Get off of me.
They are beyond my help now. I'm sorry.
Get off me. Get off me. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Then we can still save the others. We have to get to the shuttle in the cargo bay.
Look at him. Let me look at you. Okay. Let's try this again. So Felix, you're annoying the shit out of me. And my buddy's gone. Okay, well, I can summon him again.
I've sent a signal to the remaining Talaxians to join us here as soon as possible.
Alright. Come on, come on!
More Vodwar on the way! Defend the shuttle! More on the way. If I weren't a hologram, I'd be worried.
You should be worried anyways. Oh, they're all... Okay, you're all just gonna like... Okay. Okay, so they don't care about the lightning.
A large number of Vodwar are closing in. I'm afraid they may be too much for you to handle.
Doubt it. Doubt it.
The Teray are here to assist. After this, our debt to you is repaid.
Get off me, Neelix. Get away from me.
That's timely. Here come the Vodwar.
Fuck off.
The Vodwar have been repelled. I would have words with you before you continue.
Does it come in blue?
Our help does not mean we are now allies. We are repaying a debt. Our ships are currently engaging the Vodwar fleet. It is unsafe for this shuttle to launch until they are defeated. We will return to our ships. I suggest you do the same. We will provide cover for your ship so it may drop shields to transport you.
We appreciate the help, Commander. Moblinde is ready to transport us. Are you ready? Yes.
I knew this meeting was a farce. The word Vodwar means fool in ancient Talaxian. Did you know that? You thought me a fool who would swallow your insults without comment. A fool who would blunder into the trap you set with the Teray. I am not.
You're the one who did this, Gaul, not me.
This has destroyed any chance of an accord between us. How disappointing. I had thought you would be a valuable ally. Now you are just another victim.
You are welcome to try to make that threat happen. Hi, your assault cruiser is gone. No, not ready yet. So that'll be fun. Bye. Oh, look who's here to steal the thunder. I'm not done with you.
You came to our aid when the Vaadwaur attacked our homeworld. Now we have come to assist you. This discharges our obligation.
Thank you for your assistance. Perhaps we can be allies someday.
How could they do something so horrible? We're no threat to them. We've done nothing but welcome them. And he killed my friends just to make a statement. I don't understand how anyone would be so callous.
I'm very sorry, Neelix.
I don't blame you. I agreed to let the Vaadwaur come here. I put my people in danger. This is my responsibility. I just never conceived that even the Vaadwaur could be so treacherous. They double-crossed us on Voyager and tried to take the ship, but slaughtering innocent people. My time on Voyager changed me. I saw the best that people could be. I forgot, or wanted to forget, how evil they could be.
So it is a worth note that Neelix kind of started as the Neelix was kind of a scumbag early on in Voyager. Yeah, he was. And then like all the Naomi Wildman stuff happened, and he was sort of like the fun uncle of the crew, for all the good and bad that implies. But yeah, he was kind of a piece of shit when the series started. Neelix, I promise you that Gaul will face justice for what he's done.
With your permission, I'll lead the survivors back to New Talax. Then we can return with the security force to collect the dead.
Farewell.
I've been in contact with the USS Blackwell. They boarded the freighter in the Shenda system, but it was empty. It was all a ruse by the Vaadwaur to lure us into that system. Everything was part of this play Gaul wanted to perform, from the initial distress call to his intervention and offer to negotiate. And then he used a massacre to set his stage. That's the kind of man he is, and unless he's stopped, the entire quadrant may fall.
War crimes. Yeah. I was just saying, Neelix started as a piece of shit. Gaul's still a piece of shit. Let's hope that it doesn't come to that.
Gaul has shown his true nature. I expected he was not dealing in good faith.
And Tuvok's on the wrong bridge.
We had to make an attempt to find a peaceful solution to our problems with the Vaadwaur. Now the war will continue. I grieve for all who have been lost, and for those who will fall before this conflict ends.
We had to try.
Senseless, meaningless death. I'll never understand. I hope Neelix and his people will be able to find some peace, and that Gaul will answer for his crimes. And I hope our paths cross again, perhaps under better circumstances next time. With your permission, I'll return to Voyager.
Permission granted. Farewell, Doctor. It's been an honor. Talaxian base is safe for now, and the surviving Talaxians are making their way to New Talax. Shall we depart? Yes.
Gaul's actions were unconscionable. A senseless slaughter simply to make a point. And he wanted your sympathy. It's clear from your reports he had no intention of making peace, and that he would have twisted anything you said to meet his own agenda. He's a warmonger, and one that must be stopped. Peace with the Vaadwaur will not be attained through Gaul, but we'll keep looking for another way. Perhaps there's someone else out there who will be more reasonable.
Foreshadowing. Personnel reward, EMH Mark 1. I already have that. So I'll just collect the vendor trash.
Would you have time to look into something for me?
All the glitters. Patrol. Skipping. Capture the flag. Oh, this is a fun one.